Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to enter a new job into Notion. So, what I usually do is I will go and hover over this job number create generator, and then you're going to hold down your control button and then click it. This will make it so it pops up right over here in in a new tab. So you could go ahead and go there. Okay, so you'll see on this side that there is all of our job numbers. It'll have the job type. So there's billable repair, regular job, and down here some change requests. And then it all links to the projects. This is what keeps everything linked together in Notion. So you come here, over here, do not click new. We have templates already made. So do the drop down arrow right here. And today we're just going to say that it is a regular job. So you're going to go here and you're just going to take this regular job and you're going to delete that out. And then you're going to take the last number and add one. So you'll just be counting up. In this case, it would be 1548. And it's regular job, make sure that's done. And we'll come back to the related to projects because we haven't made this project yet, but now we know our number, so it's 1548. So then you're going to come back to the sales and design tab, and you'll come over here. If you hover over here, it'll pop up, and you're going to click this down arrow again. We have a lot of different templates right here. We have just a plain builder one, so this is if you're doing a builder price and we haven't really worked with this builder before, or they already don't have their own template. So you'd use that, and then there's all these other builders that we use all the time. Basically with that, all of their information is already entered. Some of them already have a generated garage code, and so that'll be in there. The customer will already be linked. And then we have our homeowner. So that's going to go a whole different process. But we're just going to say this is a new builder. So we're going to click that, as long as it works. And then you're going to take this and you're going to go ahead and delete that out. And you're going to use the job number that we made in this job number generation. If you have forgotten, like I have, we'll go back. So it's 1548. And then dash, and so then you're going to put the job name, which this is usually how the builders know what job it is. So for, let's say it was a job for me. It was in Timber Hills 1-3. That's the subdivision and lot and block number. I would do TH for Timber Hills 1-3 and then my last name, Yasinski. But in this example, we're just going to put example. We have a garage code. If we know that, we'll go ahead and put that in. We'll put a random one in for now. Engagement date. So this is the day that you first heard about it. This date will be important later on, so make sure this is filled out. Just give your best guess if you aren't for sure about it. So I'm going to put today. Subdivision, we'll say and then lot and block. You're going to put the site status. So depending on where it's at, go ahead and put that in. You'll have either subdevelopment, lots approved, permits, footers and basements. You can get some help with that to figure that out. Sometimes you have to directly ask the builder or actually go drive and see. You got your site address. And then the category, this is going to help later on. You got a few different options. There's residential new construction, residential remodel, commercial new construction, commercial remodel, and components and parts. So just make sure you click the correct one for that. So this one will say is new construction, residential, customer. So you could either go ahead and click into one of these and have, like, let's say it was Ramsey Construction, you click into them if you already have a contact to them as a customer. If not, you're going to hold back down that control on your keyboard, and then you're going to click this customer's database right here. And if you didn't see up here, it popped over into a new tab. So then you can go ahead and click that, and you're going to go ahead and create your new customer. So if you come over here, hover over here again, click onto the arrow, just click new customer template. So we'll do this example. Customer type, we're going to say this is a builder because the job creation was a builder. So we're going to do that. We don't have a contact to it yet. You could go ahead and do the same thing with this if you would like to. But if it's the actual customer, this is the person paying you, the business, then you'd put it here. You could go ahead and link it to the project, which is going to make it pop up in there later. So it's 1548 right there. Pipeline status. So suspect, it means that they're not really aware of us yet. Prospect means that they are aware of us. They're kind of looking into it. We're kind of looking to them. It's kind of like we're still figuring stuff out to see if it's even worth it. Qualified means that there is a need. They need the cabinets. We think that they would be okay, but there's that need. Then they would move into the customer. That means they're like our regular customers, or we actually have done work for them. Then there's the if time. So this is more of we're running out of time and we don't. Basically, if we need a filler, then we would put that. Then we'd have disqualified. Sometimes it's just not the right match. So then you would put that. We're going to go ahead and just pick a random one. We'll do prospect aware. We'll do phone number. So you'd go and try to make sure you fill in as much as you can here. Here you go, street address. City, Middleton, State, Idaho. You go ahead and add notes. This is if you're meeting with them and you are taking some notes and just saying, oh yeah, they like this certain type of cabinet, or they don't like the edges this way, or their typical cabinet is going to be an artisan door style. You can put these notes into here, as long as with any other notes, like I've done builders' birthdays or their kids' birthdays and stuff like that. It's more of a sales tool. Lead source, this is basically where they found us. So we could go ahead and put a random one. We'll just say Instagram. Next step. Basically, what's the next step with this customer? We'll say job site visit. Again, kind of random this time, but please try to make sure that it's right. And then you could come back, and if you look, this customer has now been linked because if you go back to the other tab, you linked it to the project. So now you don't have to fill that out, which is really nice. Job number. This is when you're going to link the job number. 38. So you come over here, and when you put them in, you're going to click this little add button over here. There you go. And if you need to get rid of it, just go ahead and click unlink page right here again. Okay. So we don't really have any more information. So this next part, what I like to do, this will just save a lot of time if you do it this way. So if you highlight all this, right click, copy, then you're going to scroll down. Let me make this part bigger. You scroll down. I usually go to step 2. It's just the easiest place to do it, so you don't have to actually go into the whole room database. So if you hover over this little spot, the arrow, you're gonna put new room template. So you could take this, delete that out, and then go ahead and paste what you had copied, which is the job name and number. And then you're gonna put dash, and then if this is the first time you're entering it, I typically just do all, so we only have to deal with one room and we don't waste as time if we don't end up getting the job. Now, if you go to linked projects, you can just paste it again and it is directly the project name, so it'll be the only one that pops up. So go ahead and add that. Rooms. This is when you would come in and put what room it is. Typically the first one, just put all. Room status. You could just choose between all these, fill that out. Main important part about this step is to make sure that you link the room to the project. Make sure you do this step. This is the most important step. If you don't do this, this room will be lost and you will have to go search for it in the room database. So if you just make sure you do that. Go ahead and close that out. And now you'll see it has popped up right here. All right, and that is how you enter a new job into Notion.